Hello guys, this is Francisco Córdoba Otálora and this is Análisis con Pacho, hashtag Pacho Analysis.
Hello and welcome to KurzGeschichte, the channel which is always about history in a very compact way. Yeah. Do you think we are at a point of high historical importance?
Yeah.
How we call it?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I always call pivotal moments in history. One was when President Chavez was in president, 1999. At the same time of President Uribe, what happened? Colombia has always been an ally of the US in a geopolitical basis, always.
Yeah.
But then Venezuela, they had Chavez. So Chavez started to create what he called the socialism of the 21st century. So other presidents follow his path. Bolivia, Ecuador, okay, and Brazil, and Argentina, and even Chile. So Colombia was the only country in that moment. Now, Chavez is dead. In Argentina, they changed. Now you see the case of Brazil with Dilma Rousseff. The president of Brazil now has been impeached for cases of corruption. You know, for managing the biggest petroleum company, Petrobras. And now this president wants the peace. So everything is changing in the region. And Venezuela is like a boiling hot pot, because we think that in one point they could reach civil war, because high inflation rates, high poverty rates, incarceration rates. So now Colombia is getting, you know, more comfortable, better to place, better to visit than their neighbors.
Okay.
And that's the reason Colombia is the new star of the region. Brazil was the star of the region 5 years ago, but now it's Colombia. So yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's the Colombian opportunity. So it's us Colombians to really make it.
Can speak of a historical chance.
Yes, yeah, to be a leader in the region.
They used the term historical chance in the Brexit.
Oh yes, yeah, I was there and they say to take back control.
Yeah,
and that's what. But did you read the Sun? The Sun just showed that
the day after.
No, the Sun, like right now, the last publication was that there were a lot of new jobs created after Brexit, contrary to what people thought. Because at the beginning it was like everyone was like, oh no.
Actually, no one knows where it will go.
Correct, no one knows.
And on the other hand, I read the newspaper. A lot of doctors left Britain in the last few months.
Okay.
The last 2 months.
From where they are, those doctors? European citizens?
Yeah, mostly. But I still have a lot of Indian citizens.
Yeah, you can call Indians. I mean, yeah, no one knows in historical. You don't know what will happen to things. You will not know what will happen with the Colombian thing in a couple of years.
Yeah, and
we cannot know
you will never know, is this really a historical moment? Maybe something else will happen next year, and in a decade you would say, okay, 2018 was the really year of the change.
But I think we are, like, with the Colombian conflict, we are closing one cycle. You know what they said, that there is not evil that can last forever.
Yeah.
That cannot last more than 100 years, and body that resisted. So we have been resisting 60 years of internal conflict. So it's just that cycle. It doesn't mean that maybe another guerrilla will surge or another paramilitary, but if you read this agreement, you can notice that a lot of pages, like even repetitive, they said make the government to assure that paramilitary forces should not come back to Colombia. The interesting thing about the document, it never mentions guerrilla forces.
Yeah.
So it's kind of because it was signed with the guerrilla. Makes sense, because we even had a peace process with the paramilitaries 8 years ago. So they gave away their arms. But The problem was that we did that, and then new groups were created.
In the underground.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's and because you still have the drug problem. So one of the key things of this agreement is how do you handle that? Because the guerrilla was part of the business, of the drug business. So you have to reduce or you have to legalize.
Yeah. They thought of legalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe it's a great solution.
And maybe it's new income for taxes.
Yes. Have you seen the taxes increase in the US, in the states that have legalized marijuana?
Yeah.
It's millions of dollars.
That's what I always said.
Yeah.
Legalize it and it will...
Just legalize it. Yes. But you know that in Latin America, Uruguay, it was the first country that legalized marijuana. So we can do that, but that's still a big problem. If we don't solve that, then other groups, and especially because we have higher levels of poverty. If you check, for example, the distribution income, Colombia is the second country in all Latin America most inequitative, compared with Haiti. That's the only one. So that's the problem. You have so many poor people, even around ports, the biggest ports of Colombia, they're surrounded by a lot of misery. So you have to offer them opportunities, or then you're breeding this kind of illegal activities.
Yeah, and next generation.
Yeah. So that's what the guerrilla wants. The interesting thing about this agreement is like, okay, we create a new political party, we create even a new knowledge center, we have access to all the media. So they want to create like new radio channels like locally, and to put a lot of content in regional TV. So in that sense, what they want obviously is to share their ideology, which is okay because everyone can share their ideology in Colombia, and in this case you don't have to kill someone. But the difference will be like if they are going to restore lands and they want to create productive projects, maybe that could increase opportunities for people living in the poorest regions, which is the places where guerrilla takes the most of their people. That's the reason someone joins guerrilla today. It's not ideological as it was in the 40s.
Nothing to lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have anything, I just joined the guerrilla.
Okay, so that's it for today. If you want to know more about Colombia and what will happen in the next few weeks and months, just subscribe to
the channel Pacho Córdoba Otálora, or just find me on Twitter @PachoMan.
And if you want to know more about history, not only of Colombia but of the rest of the world or special topics, follow KurzGeschichte, and yeah, we see you all next time.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Now from Tübingen, in the skin of the commentary, tomorrow never knows.